What it's doing is putting the onus completely on all platforms to screen every upload for copyright material. Any kind of copyrighted material. Every single upload must be pre-screened. Hard enough for a small site. Nightmare for a medium-sized site because just the software alone. But for something like YouTube, practically impossible. But they're going to be forced to do it. Now, the big part is, of course, this won't help copyright holders at all because most copyright sharing doesn't actually happen on YouTube. But regardless, what this does is gives the EU a mechanism to exert further control upon the net. And everyone says, oh, your tinfoil hat showing. No, this is what the EU do. It's a creeping process. It's going to become a federal superstate. They're going to want more control. We had the British Prime Minister saying he'd like to outlaw conspiracy theories. Do you really think he's alone in that? Come on, the EU want to put speed limiters on cars, automatic ones, linked to GPS, so they know where you are and limit your speed for the road you're on. And people are going, that's brilliant. That'll save hundreds of thousands of lives. Yeah, except it won't, because speed is usually a contributory factor to these accidents. But, you know, hey, it's got to be great. You've got to support that. Yeah, that'll be super, so you can't overtake safely anymore, because your car will only go the speed limit. And not only add to that, how long before they start telling you how many miles a week you're allowed to drive? Oh, sorry, you can't use your car today. You've used your allotted amount because of pollution and things of that nature. I don't know what they'll do with electric cars. Probably come up with something similar to make us all more healthy and productive for the fatherland. Oh, the EU, sorry. And they're working on this shit really hard. And you know what's really despicable? Really, genuinely despicable about... Despicable. I knew I shouldn't have drank all that before I came on. What's really despicable is that some MEPs have complained that they were tricked into voting to pass the legislation. See, what apparently happened was, during the session, they do a lot of voting, because MEPs are literally just rubber stampers. That's what they do. They just rubber stamp shit that's handed down from the executive. And if they say no, it goes back again, comes back slightly altered, and then they rubber stamp it. That's how it works. Okay? Laws are come up with in secret and proposed from on high, and they get authorised. So during this day of many, many votes, they changed the voting order during the session. So MEPs had the list of things they were voting for. Yes, yes, no, 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 yes, yes, no, no, no. And they changed them so people voted yes to something they wanted to vote no for. And when the MEPs complained afterwards, they were told, yeah, you're right, we shouldn't have done that. We should not have done that. Okay, you can change your vote, but it doesn't change the outcome. So they've admitted it's wrong. They've let the MEPs change the vote, but it doesn't change the outcome. It's decided. Now, it has to go out to all the member states of the EU to see how they deal with it. Hopefully Poland will kick it to the curb. The UK won't. The UK will just embrace it, because the UK is looking desperately at ways of controlling the internet. Full stop, including, as we spoke about on the podcast, passing the porn pass. Marvellous piece of legislation, this. If you want to look at internet, you have to go and buy a pass from the newsagent or something. I would like my wank token, please. And they're putting that in the hands of the BBFC, the British Board of Film Classification. They're the guys that decide what certificate a film should have, what rating a film should have. But as a bonus, they also get to ban films so that adults cannot choose the fiction they want to watch. Best of all, even better of all, best of all, is that they're actually a privately funded organisation, so they make money from charging companies to certify films. And then they'll send them back to make cuts and charge them again, creaming it in with the power of law. It's very good. And if people are too young to remember, the BBFC were the ones with the direct public prosecutions, did all the whole video nasties thing, and when in that era, people were imprisoned in the UK for fictional films. Fictional films. Like The Evil Dead, Zombie Flesh Eaters, prison. Cannibal Holocaust, Cannibal Ferox, God, the list goes on and on and on. But yeah, that's where we're living. The UK is desperate to clamp down on the internet, and the EU is desperate to help. It's very nice cooperation. If anyone in the States is feeling smug, you know that net neutrality thing that everyone says is just an Obama commie scheme? If you lose that, you're going to lose shit as well. Fight it. Fight it all the way. All of it, because it's not a commie scheme. Don't listen to people like fucking Alex Jones or any of the corporate shills. Net neutrality is essential to the internet. Article 11 and 13 are probably going to help start the death knell over in the EU. Don't emulate the EU. Not in America, for fuck's sake. Come on. Here in the UK, we've got an uphill battle. They're going to try and block us from doing anything, basically, if they can. So, yeah, Articles 11 and 13, in brackets 17. The beginning of the end for the internet, added to everything else, like the leftists attacking advertisers everywhere and just general fucking hell. It's the beginning of the end, guys. How do we fight against it? We won't. We won't. People will just sit at home and just type shit, and there's nothing much we can do. So we just got to see if we can enjoy the ride and see where we go. Have we got any emails, Cherry?
We have.
Oh my word!
Just the one.